What are the 5 things I wish I knew when I started playing Siege? I started playing Siege around Operation Velvet Shell, which was a long time ago. However, there are a few things that I wish I knew from the bat off the beginning so I could really get into the game. And after years of playing, I now know these things but wish I knew them earlier. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the 5 things I wish I knew before I started playing Siege, so that you don't have to go through the same process that I did too. If any of these 5 things do help you out on the video itself, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you do have any questions about other aspects of Siege I wish I knew before I started playing, feel free to pop by with any of them when I am live on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There will be a link down below. Without further ado, let's get on into these 5 things. The very first thing that I wish I knew was actually using T-Hunt to my advantage. Now, you might have heard this before, but the reality is, even if you are using T-Hunt, you probably aren't using it in the correct direction for you. Usually, I wouldn't warm up at all. This essentially meant that I wasn't really ready for my games when I got into them, meaning that after the few games, I would only be then at my fullest potential because I hadn't warmed up before and actually had to use the game itself in order to get that warm up. And this was really ineffective for my warming up. Therefore, what I would recommend you to do instead is warm up before each session of your games. You need to be making sure that you also are keeping on top of it in the day or every other day so that you are still staying consistent and warmed up. I would also recommend you to target a few general areas of the game as well. You need to target general movement and aim, then you need to target recoil control, and then your next one could be your specific one designated to you and what area you want to improve on. For example, it could be crosshair placement or it could be tracking. Next up is knowing the difference between solo queue and a 5-stack. Now, around when I was starting out, I used to be in a 5-stack sometimes and then be in a 3-stack and then be solo queuing. It was all over the place and this didn't really help my game at all. While I did get a varied experience of what I could do, it didn't really help build up that consistency. You need to start figuring out whether you want to play in a 5-stack or solo queue. You've got to have that option. Therefore, if you want to find a 5-stack, put all your energy, time and effort into finding that 5-stack. Don't decide to put eggs in different baskets, simply put them all into that 5-stack. However, if you don't want to play in a 5-stack because of various reasons, whether timing is an issue, whether you think it's a bit too hard to find a 5-stack, or another issue, go down the solo queue path. And remember to put all your eggs in one basket, which is going to be the solo queue path. You're going to form that mentality for solo queuing and purely focus on yourself. And essentially that will build up that consistency for you and allow you to improve quicker instead of being pulled between 2 different areas of the game. The third thing that I wish I knew before I started playing Siege was to take notes and learn. I would watch improvement videos on how to get better. I would watch Pro League matches. Whatever Siege content I could consume, I would watch it and then it would just go straight out. Now, while I didn't live and breathe Siege, if I did really want to improve quickly and then make the time that I'm putting in valuable, I need to take notes. There are a very small percentage of people who actually take notes when they are watching improvement videos on Siege or just general gameplay. Even if it is a highlights video, look at what they do well and look at what you can learn from them. If it's an improvements video, take notes on the key parts of it. If you wonder why you watch all these VOD reviews, whether you watch improvement videos or just Pro League matches, but nothing is seeming to click, it's because it's going straight in and straight out. Take the notes for the future reference. The fourth thing I wish I knew was to practice rather than play. If you really want to improve in Siege, you need to know the difference between practicing and playing. Practicing will involve taking notes on videos, warming up in T-Hunt, practicing in custom games, running strategies, and those type of things. If you're going to be playing, you're simply having fun in casual, unranked, messing around, and not really taking the game too seriously. If you want to improve, you really have to evaluate how much time you are putting into the game itself in order to get that payoff. If you work hard, it will come. The fifth and final thing I wish I knew before playing was to find a team that matches your goals. If you yourself want to improve in the game and you've got a 5-stack who doesn't want to improve in the game and excel, there is no use in even having it. They might just be playing for fun, but you've got a completely different goal. Therefore, it is completely pointless. You want to be finding a 5-stack or a team who is simply going to share the similar goals that you have. Otherwise, you will literally be better off solo queuing. If you want to get better at the game, start doing more scrims with teams, and as well, you also want to take it into that competitive level of play. You've got to find a team who also want to do that too, so you can share similar goals, which is going to motivate each other to get to it itself. And as well, you'll be on the same wavelength. And that right there were the 5 things I wish I knew before I started playing Rainbow Six Siege. I hope this video did help you all out. If it did, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more tips and tricks just like this one. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the Discord down below. There will be a link, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.